Hello everybody, welcome back to Need for Gaming. Today I have a really excellent game for you. This is one of my favorite games that I really thoroughly enjoy. Let me see if I can find the name for you here. Basically this game is called Osmos. Something or the other. Let me see if I can find it for you. Hang on a minute. Yeah, it's not gonna find it. Here it is, I think that's it. So Osmos, OSMOS, that is the game that I'm playing. Now this game is really hard to find. It used to be available in the Play Store, Android Play Store. It is no longer available in the Android Play Store. I tried to look for it in other places. I got directed to, I think it was like Samsung. No, it was sorry, it was a Amazon app store of some sort, and it was no longer available on there either. I was able to find it through good old Google search. You guys can find it as well if you guys are interested in this game. If you like what you see and you think it's pretty cool, you wanted to give it a try, it is available. You have to find it on the internet. The easiest way to find it, I found so far, there may be easier ways, but the easiest way I found to find it is by doing a Google search, Osmos Wikipedia. Just do a search for those keywords, Osmos Wikipedia, and go to the Wikipedia page, and on there you could go to their website. They have a website. Yeah, I know I should already have the website memorized, but I don't. I'll see if I can leave a link down below in the description. If you guys want, you can check that out. If I did find it, that is, I'll leave a link. And it is available to purchase on the website, their website. Now, there is some stipulations to it. I'm not entirely sure. Somebody will have to correct me if I'm wrong. For those that do download this on their phones or devices, I am curious to know if this works on your phone or device. Please, if you have downloaded this on your phone and tried it, please let me know if it works for you, because I'm very interested and curious to know if it works for other devices. I am playing on my Samsung Galaxy Note 20 Ultra. That's what I'm playing on, and it works great. However, there's a lot of problems with playing it. Not a lot, a couple problems. One major problem is that you can't necessarily exit out of the game and go back in, because if you were to exit out or turn off your phone, lock it, that kind of thing, basically if you leave the game at all for any reason, or turn off your phone and then go back into the game, it'll be frozen. You have to restart all over again. So if you're in the middle of a mission or a game mode on this game, then I would suggest saving it or not playing if you find yourself having to turn it off the phone or that kind of thing. You see what I'm saying? So it does freeze if you were to exit and things like that. Right now, you can see clearly I'm on the main menu and it works just fine. But if I were to, exit out of this game, just by pressing the home button and then going back in, it'll be frozen. I won't be able to do anything. Basically, I have to get rid of it out of the running apps in the background and then reopen it all over again, kind of thing, in order for it to work. I better exit out of there before it freezes. So, anyways, that is one of the downsides to the game that I found so far. Other than that, another downside is it doesn't have that many levels and things. They haven't updated anymore. They're not keeping up to date on it. And so what you get in this game is all that you get. You're not going to be getting anything else in the future. Then, as far as I know anyways, they're not doing any updates or anything else. But let's get on to the game. That's enough talk about that. The graphics in this game are phenomenal. I really, really do love the graphics in this game. I really do enjoy the designs, such as this green one here that you see. I really think it's beautiful. I like it a lot. The music, Damon, this is towards you. If you're watching this, you might enjoy this music, this kind of melody. It does really have really good surround sound, and it tells you that in the very beginning when you open this game. It says this is best if used with headphones, and I agree. You'll get the most out of this if you were to be wearing headphones. Anyways, without further ado, let's get right into this, just to give you guys a general idea of what this is about. So basically, I'm just going to start here as like the very beginning kind of a gameplay here. You start out as like a cell. I call them a cell. They may be known as something else. I mean, look at those graphics. Isn't that awesome? This is really cool. But anyways, you start off as a little cell, as you see here, and you absorb other cells. Now, you want to try to stay away from these red ones. Those red ones will absorb you. And just to show you what I'm talking about, they'll suck you up, just like a cell. Okay. Now let's go ahead and restart. Now, what you just saw just a moment ago, let me see if I can turn down the volume. I'm not sure if this turns down the volume completely for you guys or not, but you can direct your little cell by tapping anywhere on the screen. Right now I'm tapping on the right hand side, and that moves my cell left. It moves it to the left. Now if I tap on the left side of the screen, it moves it to the right. So on and so forth. And as you can see, I'm tapping around the screen. And the more you tap, the more you lose size as a cell, if that makes sense. So if I tap a whole lot, you see how that cell right there just turned red, and I can get sucked up really easily by doing that. So you want to try to minimize your movement as much as possible. In other words, you might want to try to glide as much as possible. And as you can probably already tell, the object of this is to become big. Alright, so you want to try and absorb as many of these little things as much as possible before a lot of these bigger ones do. So these bigger ones can't really go anywhere in this game mode, that is. They just kind of float around. They don't move. There are some other game modes where they float around and come at you. So you want to be careful. So here's another example, another game mode that this has. And I kind of like this game mode quite a bit. You're in like an orbital kind of a environment here. And as you can tell, it turned red, which means danger. If I continue to go in that course, it will take me out of bounds and I'll die. And now you can use thrust, but keep in mind if you're using thrust, you are at risk of making yourself smaller, which makes you more prone to getting eaten up yourself. And that red guy's gonna get me if I don't move. Suck up that thing. Now, hey, I know I'm red right now, but I'm pretty safe for the moment. But I don't want to stay in the red for too long. And you'll see, by the way, you can zoom in and out. So there's my little orbit, as you can tell. Alright. Let's see if I can suck up that one. I did. Cool. Now, if I were to turn red, you'll see what happens. See, it's going to end up kicking me out of bounds. So I don't want to stay red too long. And of course, just like the other game modes, the object is to become the biggest. You want to absorb as many of these things as possible before they absorb you. You don't want to use up too much of your, lose up too much of your size. So you want to try to focus on some of these bigger ones to make up for what you're losing. Let me see if I can get on a normal orbit here. So right now I am red. There we go, completed. Now if I were to go towards that little sun, that really red one there in the center, then yeah, of course you'll die, as you can already tell. Now these ones are pretty cool. These ones I believe move, and they're bad guys. They'll get you. So you want to kind of be careful of these dudes. Yep, and here, as you can tell, he's moving around. He's looking for things to eat. And so basically you're in a competition to become bigger than him. If he becomes bigger than you, you'll end up getting eaten up and dying. Now, I'm not entirely sure, but I think I could eat him if I wanted to. Yeah, I could eat him, and he's going to try and stay away from me. As you can tell, he's trying hard to stay away from me, and he's losing a lot of his size by trying to stay away from me. So you could use that to your advantage if you wanted. This one is kind of tough, I must admit. Oof. Looks like he's leaving me alone right now. Survival of the fittest. Absorb that thing. Now you can make it go faster by swiping to the right, as you can see there, which is kind of cool. I kind of like that idea. So if you don't want to wait too long, then you can make it go a little faster. But you might want to be careful if you use that ability, because you might make a mistake that you regret. So this is going to be a tough one, man. I think it's going to be a tie. Oh no, he got me. Shoot. Let's try this again. He's able to kill me before I was able to kill him. A lot of that had to do with the mistakes I made in the very beginning by using up too much of my juice. So I'm gonna try and beat him if I can to the punch of all these things. Looks like he's doing a smart thing and going for a lot of these bigger ones. Maybe smart and wise of him to do, but I'm not sure. Let me see if I can make it there a little faster. There we go. Yep, just as I suspected. He's going to try really hard to stay away from me. He's going to use up a lot of his resources. Let's see if I can trap him. He's going to... Yeah, there we go. Oh, look at him. That's awesome. This poor guy. Go a little faster. Now, there's a strategy. If you click real fast right there, you can absorb what you just lost. If that makes sense. You can get a little bit of speed. I notice that if I go at an angle like this, just ricochet back and forth, you have a higher chance of getting them, just like that. I'm just going to bounce back up here. Let me see if I can speed this up just a little bit. Let's go a little faster. There we go. We got him. Alright. Antimatter is annihilation. So this one, you want to try to stay away from. These guys will make you shrink if you run into them. So you have the blue ones that'll make you shrink if you run into them. And then I don't think I have those little green dudes that compete for food. So that's good, but I do have to be careful with these blue guys, or these green blue dudes. As you can tell, they suck you up, man. They make you small. I'm gonna try not to. There we go. I just became a little bigger. Now, if I wanted, I could afford to let those green things absorb me. Does that make sense? Like right now, I could run into them and they'll just shrink me just a little bit. because obviously my mass is already huge. I'm just giving you an example of what I'm talking about. Like it is. Anyways, next level. Now, this kind of game mode is pretty fun. I like this a lot. Basically, you're going to have to maneuver yourself, push these red ones out of the way by clicking left and right. You see how it's kind of moving them away, and it's allowing you to have a gap. Now I could go ahead and squeeze through this gap to get... Ooh, no. I just totally messed that up. Use the 3 fingers, restart level. Alright, but you guys get the idea. Let's see if I can do this. So it's moved out of the way from me a little bit. Speed it up this a little bit. There we go. Oh, this slowed it down way too much. Sound effects of this is so cool. I really like this a lot. Next level. Let's see if we can get to 10 here. Now this is pretty cool and challenging, I must admit. I'll probably just show you this last one and then I'll show you some of the other game modes just real quick here. Environment I'm in. It's kind of cool. This goes well with my job. I work in a whole food supplement company and sales and these kinds of things. Plus, to what I learn about at work and stuff. It's pretty cool. I wish that the game makers of this game would do more. This is a really fabulous game. It's kind of disappointing that they didn't take this any further. And also disappointing that they didn't keep it in the App Store and let other people download it easier and play it. But, oh well. Alright, let me go to the main menu here. Let me show you some of these different game modes. So they have arcade, and this arcade is pretty cool. They have the arcade, I'll show you in just a moment. They also have a multiplayer where you can play with other opponents, like if my daughter downloads this game on her phone, I could play with her against her on her phone, and it's pretty cool. I really like that a lot. You could play in the room with another player, kind of thing, and like I said, with my daughter, where we could compete with each other in different game modes and things like that. It's a lot of fun. I do like that. I haven't tried the Google Play games. I'll have to try that and see if that works sometime. But for right now, let me show you this game mode here, the arcade. Now they have different, as you can tell, there's 8 different game modes in this that you can play. Alright, you have just your basic one here, where you just float around other different cells and become large, kind of thing. And then they have this one, where you play against those blue-green things and you can shrink, and that kind of stuff. So you want to try to stay away from them. Then they have this one where you have the enemies that come after you. You have to compete against them. This one is what you just saw a minute ago with a large, cell biome kind of thing. This one, I am not quite sure what this one's all about. Let's take a look. Oh, these are the green dudes that you have to compete against. That's right. Let's see what this is about. I don't know if you guys seen this one before or not. Absorb the repulsor. Interesting. I don't know if I've ever played this one before. I don't know if I want to stay away from the guy or not. Something tells me I want to stay away from him. Okay, so he's staying away from me. That's his job. So it's kind of similar to the green one. Oh! Man. I think it just said that in the repulsor where I gotta absorb him. That's the objective. Oh, for crying out loud. I saw that coming. Try again. So yeah, I gotta absorb him. Oh, he pushes me away. Interesting. Does the red guy stay away from me? I don't think he does. So the blue guy emits little, what do you call them, things for me to absorb. Maybe not, but it did. Man. Close. It's interesting that this red one. Oh, come on. They formed terminated. That's awesome. Gotta beat this guy. Nice. Alright. Here we go. Let me see if I can get some momentum now. I think that's gonna be the only way I'm gonna get him. There we go. Got him. Alright. Let's take a look at some of these other game modes just real fast here. And before I don't want to make this too long. I thought there's another one I want to take a look at. So these ones I'm not much of a fan of. Let me show you what I'm talking about. Yeah. It's kind of on the orbital kind of a thing, but oof, I should have seen that coming. It kind of tells you where you're going. Gosh darn it! I just made the same mistake just a minute ago. Maybe this isn't. Oh, okay. Never mind. I thought this was like on the orbital one. Wrong. That. Let me show you that one. I think it's this one. Maybe. Yeah, this is the one I don't care too much for. So this is kind of like an orbital one. It's really tricky. I have to. I think I need to absorb all three of these little dudes. If that makes any sense. Oh, if I get too close to those things, they'll suck me up. So I'm on an orbit around those things. Let's see if I speed this up, I'll show you what I'm talking about. So we're on a little tiny orbit here. And you want to try to absorb all three of those things if you can. There we go. Absorbed it. Oh, it's sucking me up. Yeah. Let me see if I can get into this orbit. Almost there. There we go. Now I was able to get in that orbit. Doesn't look good. Yeah, I'm about to get killed here in a second. Anyways, so that's the game, guys. I just wanted to show you that off. You know, this is a really, really fabulous game. You guys should go check it out. If you have a good phone, that is, that you think can handle the speed of the game. They do have a free mode on there, a demo mode, in other words, that you can download for free and try it out and see if it works on your phone or device. If you are interested, if you do like this. If this, you know, is something that you're interested in and you think you'll enjoy, I say do it, man. It's a really awesome game. They do have a paid version, which I think is like $5. So I would suggest you do the demo first just to make sure it works on your phone. If it does, then yeah, go ahead and pay the $5. You can just download, I think, via PayPal kind of thing. But anyways, that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. This is a really awesome game. If you have any questions or if you need some help installing it or whatever, shoot me a message, down below in the comments, and I'll try to get back with you as quick as I can. And yeah, thank you so much for watching, guys. We'll see you guys next time.